Hey, good evening, and thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. We believe that you're doing fine together with your family and your children. If you're married and you have children, may the Lord bless you. And we want to pray that during this season of COVID-19, the Lord is taking care of each one of you. My name is Reverend Ruth Kayo, and this is the Virtuous Woman Show. And I want to say, like I've always said, always excited. I'm always happy to bring you women that have gone through different seasons of life, and they can help us, and they can teach us, and they can encourage us to become the kind of women that God has called us to be. And today, I'm seated here with a wonderful lady. Her name is Wendo. Her passion in life, her assignment in life, her mandate in life is so amazing and different from most of us. She's working with a rural community in our country, and she has chosen to put her base and her whatever her passion in whatever she finds to do in a place called Mogotio. And I know you're asking yourself, where is Mogotio in Kenya? She's going to tell us where Mogotio is, and she's going to tell us what she is doing with these people in this community. Karibu sana Wendo, God bless you, and thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Reverend Ruth.
Yes, how have you been?
Very well, thank you.
And how are you keeping during this time of COVID-19?
Tough times, but we thank God this far we have come.
Amen.
Yes.
Are you putting on your mask?
I try.
You do.
Yeah.
I also try. You know, when I like doing my makeup, and sometimes, you know, when you put on the mask, oh, it messes up and it hides. Actually, it hides. But I want to say, like you, I also try to put on my mask to wash, to sanitize, and to keep social distance.
Yes.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about yourself. I'm sure the ladies, the women would want to know more about you, who you are, where you come from. Yes.
Thank you. My name is Wendo, Aszed. I'm a mother of 5 children. 5? Yes.
You don't look like
all
you have 5 children.
Thank you so much.
You are blessed. You are blessed.
Asante.
Yes.
I'm a sister. I was brought up in a small rural village in Kitale.
Okay.
But currently, I'm the founder and the CEO of a grassroots organization in Mogotio. Although the organization also is in Nakuru County and Kajiado. Okay. And the organization is called Dandelion Africa. Yeah.
Why Dandelion Africa? That name, what's the meaning? You know, names have meaning. And why did you choose to go with the name Dandelion? Dande for D-A-N-D-E, lion.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
You know this flower called malaika. A lot of children in the either in towns even or in villages. It's a flower that it's yellow, but it's got things like feathers. And kids pick the feathers and they blow it and make wishes sometimes, or they chase. I
did that as a young child.
Fantastic. So we gave the organization that name for several reasons. Okay. I'm a firm believer of the awesomeness of women. Okay. And we are grounded in a rural place. And just like the dandelion plant, if it just gets a little bit of water, it grows. Wow. So even if it's dry, kabisa, it starts to grow again. Every season, it will come back. And I think that is an epitome of what women are. Regardless of anything we are going through, when we are watered a little, we really grow. The second thing is, you know that plant, the roots, the leaves, even the flower itself has medicinal purposes. Yeah, so it is used for curing the human body, makes you feel really good about yourself. Everything about the dandelion plant is medicinal. And I think that women, just like the dandelion plant, wear many hats, and we're used for many things. We give birth, we nurture. Right. You know, if you look at the word woman, it carries so much weight, and that is the reason why we called it dandelion. Wow. Yeah. The flower, you see that flower can travel.
Yes, it can travel. It can travel. Yeah. And I remember when we were young, we used to call it malaika. angels,
yes,
in English, malaika. Nimepata malaika, malaika amekuja. And what a beautiful name. You know, names have meanings, and that's actually what you are doing. And when I think about you and your organization, Dandelion, and where you people are based in Mogotio, Kenya, it's not a place that most people would choose to go and work. But why did you decide to go and work with the women and the community in such an area? Why not in an urban like place like or town, or even maybe Nairobi, Nakuru, or somewhere else? Why Mogotio?
Reverend Ruth, I'm a child of the village.
Okay. Yeah, you started by saying that.
Yeah, I'm a child of the village. I know firsthand what it feels like to walk barefoot. I know firsthand what it feels like to have jiggers. I know firsthand the importance of someone giving you an opportunity for an education. And I think that if 3 out of 4 people in Kenya live in rural areas, then can you imagine the awesomeness if all these 3 out of 4 people were empowered?
Wow, wonderful.
So I have been very passionate about rural communities because I believe women especially, they carry so much weight and burden at the community level. Fetching water, fetching firewood, lack of leadership opportunities, lack of knowledge on sexual reproductive health. Generally lack of opportunities for them to thrive, to live lives with dignity. And the reason why we chose to work in rural communities is because I believe that every woman deserves something beautiful.
Wonderful.
Something wonderful. Information, education, leadership, mentorship. Because when you give them that, they thrive beyond measure, and then the society eventually changes. Yeah.
So when you work with the women in the rural areas, have you ever had like people coming to you with this absurd question that I've just asked you? Why are you in the village? Why are you not in town?
Definitely. A lot of people are puzzled. I'm told that as a woman, I'm not working smart.
Oh.
Yeah, that if I have my office in town, then I'm strategically placed. But I think that I'm strategically placed where I am because I see firsthand the impact of empowerment to women and youth that is also affecting the whole population, including men. Okay. Yeah, so we are actually strategically placed. We serve the people who God has called us to serve. And most importantly, if a woman lives in rural areas and another woman lives in an urban area or peri-urban area, and we construct this, even if I may call it, state-of-art facility, doesn't the woman in rural areas deserve the same quality of care like an urban woman? She does. She does. In fact, she has and carries more burden than any other person that I know. And so for me, it's more of people not really understanding and living in a bubble and not really being on the ground to see the impact of women who are actually being empowered at that particular level. Okay. Yeah.
Talking of you being strategically placed in a rural area, do you just deal with men? Women? Or do you also deal with men, or is just women, specifically women?
Dandelion Africa works in what we call a community approach. Okay. So a community approach is basically different interventions towards reducing poverty and ensuring that women are strategically placed for leadership and awesomeness, if I might call it that. So we run different programs. We run women empowerment programs, from teaching women how to save, to youth programs where we work with up to 50 schools, leadership and mentorship programs, and we work with up to 3,000 boys within the community.
How do you manage to pull them together? And how do you do that?
Through schools, through tertiary institutions, through just youths out of school. A lot of our young men at the community level are they don't have people who mentor them to understand the role of men at the community level. I am not sure what happened to our generation, where we used to sit and I could see my uncle sitting with my grandfather and talking about what is their role as men.
Yeah.
Those things are gone. So there are men raising themselves.
You're right.
And the perception that especially women who are single in the rural community are not raising men right.
Oh.
Okay. So we're bringing in men to show them that you can have a strong woman in your life.
Okay.
And it's okay. And this is your role as a man. You don't have to drink. You don't have to be in drugs. You can actually study, do something with your life, come back and give back to your community, because the next generation is your legacy.
Okay.
So that is how we work with men.
Oh, they come to support and to like help the women and support what the women are doing. Yes. Like giving a stamp and saying, we support you, we are here and we understand what you're doing. Because you've said a very important thing, that there's a misunderstanding or misconception whereby if I am a single lady and I'm raising up sons, they are not going to be the kind of sons that are supposed to be. And you know, when I grew up, I heard that a lot.
Oh my God.
And I'm so glad that you're doing that. How are you, do the men offer like classes, or what do they do? Do they offer, or are they there to help the women in terms of giving guidance on how they can raise their boys, or how do they do it?
So we train men, especially we start with young men, and school boys even, because I think we need to have a generational change. So we train young boys to understand, for example, what is FGM?
Okay.
What is it exactly that they take out of women?
Okay.
So that as you grow up into a mature man and you ask your wife to go and get the cut, you need to understand what you're asking of your wife.
You're right.
So if we start that conversation much later, it is very difficult to change someone who's older into believing into a concept that all his life he saw it happening within the grandmother and all these other people in their life. So we have champions who are seeing a disconnect between women who did not go to school, were married early because they went through FGM.
Yeah.
They can see that in the community and the poverty levels and the association of these systemic cultural practices.
Wow.
So they become advocates to champion to end the practice. And so in almost 8 villages, it has been ruled out completely where we work.
Wow.
And it is the boys and the men who've championed to end it completely.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm so surprised that we still have FGM in our day and time.
It is a lot.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're doing amazing things. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, Wendo will tell us what exactly they offer to the community and who does she work with. This is amazing. And as she speaks, I believe and I want to encourage you. May that passion inside of you to stand up for your community and to work for your community be aroused in the name of Jesus Christ, so that you begin to make a difference in that place that you come from. May the Lord bless you. Track with us. We'll be right back after this.